Hi everyone, I'm doing my project on small groups and partners, and it's found on page 300. So for the step-by-step implementation, one of the first steps is to observe and document language levels. Um, so you pretty much just observe and document the language levels and the classroom performance overall. Once you do this, you can review the needs for instruction. You should review these records often to see how the students are functioning and any changes you may need to your instruction um, from the skills groups and like their common tendencies. The next thing you want to do is design and implement the lessons. So you want to be able to teach a skill to a group um, in a common way. You want to be able to model it, give them opportunities to practice in front of you, and give them like a real life situation or an authentic task that they could use, and give praise to the students once they are able to do it, and plan another lesson um, on the same scale for the students that didn't quite get it. So next we're going to be talking about partners. So first off, you pair the students, um, and if you are pairing English language learners, make sure you pair them with someone that um, has a strong vocabulary and grammar and English background. Next, you want to identify the trainer for the tutor, pretty much the person that's going to take lead um, for the project. You want to give them a little bit of training, um, you know, in training and make sure they know the lesson. So next, you want to match the students. Um, match them again, like students that need tutoring, um, and the students that are, like I said, are very knowledgeable in the material. And you want to pair them on factors like gender, their home language, and their personality. You also want to model the task. So you choose one student to act as your partner in modeling the task and walk through the steps that need to be done. Um, so once you list the tasks, also give the expectations um, that should be done, and you can write this on the whiteboard or the chalkboard. Another thing you can do is provide support in practice. Um, Go around the room, make sure the pairs are doing good, give them feedback, and make sure that they are working together. And give a little push to the pairs that aren't quite clicking or are struggling, and maybe show them a model pair of students that they could follow. And lastly, you want to share progress. Um, have them share with another group, or even have them share with the entire class. So the example that I'm going to talk about is Mr. Santiago's second graders. Um, so they pretty much read a story called Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge. He pretty much wants to describe like the overall structure of the story, introducing the beginning, middle, and end. Um, and he goes about this by starting the story, mentioning the elements of the story, um, like where he lives, um, the problems. Um, so he pretty much makes a list of the characters, setting, problems in the beginning, and then he does this same process using the character setting and problem for the middle, as well as the end. So he has them do this for a memory of their own, and he gives them time to think about this. Um, and then he brings up a student to introduce how to do this. Um, and again, they create the flip book using like the characters, the problems, the settings, um, for their memories. So he first begins with the beginning and so forth. Um, they see that there is a problem, that in their example that the middle section, the characters are, um, she sees that some of the details are left out. So this shows the class that, you have to provide info for the beginning, middle, and conclusion. So once they shared the example, they got split off into partners, making sure that the ELL students were partnered with someone that was proficient in English. Yeah. So for my example, if I'm going to be teaching health, I could have the students pair up together, um, and come up with different healthy meals that they can create using like fruits, vegetables, proteins, and grains. Have them come up with like 3 different meals. And for the physical side, I could have groups come together and work on like a new exercise or activity together, like juggling or just tossing a ball around. So I could also have them work in pairs, um, working on like um, using a slingshot ball or hitting volleyball. So I could have them practice that, and before doing all that, I could demonstrate for the class with the partner. TESOL that I want to get accomplished is having them participate actively in small group interactions. I think it's important for all students to develop this skill because, later on in life, everything's mainly group work for the most part. So these interactions are very important. And I think across all subjects, like this needs to be not needs to be important in the students' learning. So, it can be in any subject, and for me, it's going to be PE and health. So, working on little projects during their health assignments, and, as well as working as a team in the physical components of class.